I'm Tisha.
I'm Loren.
And this is the Open Booked Podcast. Today we are talking about Crown of Midnight, the second or third in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. But first, what are you reading?
Okay, so I just finished last night. Okay, I'm going to go on one of my normal tangents. We went to dinner with some friends last night, kind of a last minute thing, and I made the mistake of ordering an Irish trash can, which is like my favorite drink. It's not a mistake that I ordered the drink. The mistake is that I ordered it at 8 p.m. And I didn't just order one, I ordered two. So I had 2 8-ounce Red Bull drinks at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, my husband has to get up at 4 a.m. So we got home by 9. We were in bed. My bitch ass was wired, so I had a long night with my Kindle. Like 2 a.m. long night, which for me is unheard of. Okay? So yeah, I finished a whole book last night on my Kindle. And so I got one of these free books from Stuff Your Kindle. I got a ton of them, but it's just one of those. And then found out there's a 5 series, so I'm into the next one. The series is called Deadlight's Cove, and it's like this supernatural rom-com. There's some like funny banter. I like it. I mean, the supernatural part is really cheesy, but sometimes you just kind of need that as a little palate cleanser or whatever. And then I finished this book this week. I have been dying to record this episode so I could read the next one because we are being very good girls and only reading for the pod because when we did ACOTAR and From Blood and Ash at the beginning, we were confuzzled because we didn't know where one book ended and the other began. So we were really, before each episode, we were like, okay, what was the last, Tisha was reading the last chapter or something, so that we could, get in our brains where to stop. And this time we were good. And so I almost texted Tisha when I finished this book and said, hey, can we record tonight so I can start the next one tomorrow? But yeah, no, this book got me. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. What are you reading?
I am in the third You book. By, what is her name? Carolyn Kepnes. It's called You Love Me. Because I saw the final season of You is coming out soon. So I was like, there's books about this. So I want to read them or listen to them and see how close they are. And it's actually really close because, it's a whole season of shows or episodes, so they're able to put a lot of detail into it. And the first one very closely follows the book. Second one kind of deviates, and third one I don't really remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch them and figure out how they line up. There's a few extra details in the second book, but it's pretty close, which surprises me. But it's very dark. And he's very obsessed, always. Joe is. And I'm like, the way some people think is just mind-boggling.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting that it's his point of view, but I guess that would make sense because he narrates the whole show. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
Yeah. And Penn Bagley, he said a lot of the whole series is just him standing there looking ominously because it's all voiceover. So he's not speaking or doing anything. He's just thinking. And he's like, it's kind of awkward. You just stand there with the camera on you and you're not doing anything.
They should have had him voice the audiobooks or redo the versions because he does have a great audio voice.
Yeah. The narrator is close. His voice is very similar. Because I catch myself sometimes, I'm like, is this him? Is it not? But it's not him.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Did you finish Psycho Faye?
No. I'm still reading a chapter a night.
She took a break. Okay, so you're still reading on your Kindle?
Yeah.
A girl we like on TikTok that had all of the Iron Flame and Onyx Storm and all that theories.
Emma?
She put that as like something to read. I just saw that pop up.
Oh, that's cool.
I think. Yeah, that's funny. And then I'm sure you're going to start the next book immediately after this, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I have Candles and Laundry, so you know that's prime audiobook time.
Yep.
Next week at work, I have like we've had so many new hires and then a termination, and it's just been like crazy, and so I haven't gotten to listen as much. So next week we have it's our last new hire, and so once I get them like rolling, I'm just back to norm. You know, it's just so hard to like that's where I don't realize how much of my audiobook time comes from work until I can't do it, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't listened to anything in 3 days.
Yeah.
Like except my drive. And so I don't think that counts. It's like 20 minutes. So anyways, but I'm excited to get some listening, to get back to my normal cadence of listening. Let's say I feel like I'm getting behind on my challenge, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay, we should probably jump into our shit, because when I say shit, guys, there is so much that happened this week. I was just scrolling through, I do this every week, TikTok, current events. I was last night at 2 a.m. sending Tisha TikToks for the pod because of so much. So let's first start with the freshest one. What the fuck happened with Morgan Wallen on SNL last night? Did you see anything?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so what I saw, I've seen him in any skits pop up on TikTok yet. I don't watch SNL. I watch the TikToks the next day, like Domingo and all that shit when it was big. Okay, so I didn't see him in any skits, but I did see a performance. He just performed his new song, Just in Case. And in the background, they had an old-looking TV, and it was saying, like, 1, 2, where he leaked half of his set list for his album that's coming out in May. Like, the names of the songs. Which was, like, a cool little marketing Easter egg thing that he did. Okay, so then, you know at the end of the show, where everybody who's in it comes back out on stage, they all, like, bow, whatever, and then they start hugging each other. He hugged the main girl, his face. He's not an actor, he's a singer. Let's just say this first and foremost.
That's for sure.
His face, you could tell he was pissed. He was like, didn't want to be there. I'm not even making this up or exaggerating. Like, it's very clear. He hugs the main girl that he was with, and then walks off the stage in the front, right in front of the camera, in front of everyone. Then he posts on his story a private jet and said, take me back to God's country. So I'm like,
oh my gosh.
What? Okay, so that was him, like, saying shit happened. He confirmed, because everyone was like, who pissed off Morgan? I just saw that video, and then I just had forgotten about it, thinking maybe it's part of the skit, because if you saw, like, earlier in the week when they were advertising that he was going to be on last night, he was, like, standing there really awkward. And I thought maybe that's what they told him to do. It's, like, part of his skit, and part of how he's supposed to act. And then he posted that story, I'm like, nah. Something happened. Somebody pissed him off. Yeah, so anyways, he didn't even stay the night in New York. He chartered a fucking plane to take his ass back to Tennessee at whatever 1 a.m., whatever time SNL's over.
Yeah, like, it's late.
It's like 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit happened.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see more. We'll probably never even hear about it. People will just come up with theories, and then...
I wonder if we watch the episode, if we can, like, pick up on some context clues.
I didn't even see him in any skits. You know, last time he went on, they did this skit making fun of him for all the Alabama sorority girls and whatnot.
Yeah.
I didn't see any... And you'd think that would be all over the fucking place, because Morgan Wallen is the most popular person in country music right now.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just announced a tour. He's got a new album out. Like, I mean, that's the whole reason you go on SNL, is to promote something new.
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting.
He said God's country. So I wonder if someone, like, offended his religion or his way of life. I don't know. He's been very, very, very private lately.
Yeah.
Which I will say, apart from, like, getting caught making out with women and shit, he's always been very private. You know his kid because his baby mama is an influencer. That's it. You wouldn't know it because of him.
Yeah. I mean, I had no idea who she even was until she went on Alexandra Cooper, Call Her Daddy, and she was talking shit about her ex-husband, who she started dating and married after Morgan and her had their son. And she just drug him through the mud and acted like he was a piece of shit. But I'm watching his TikToks, which, you know, it's not real life, but he seems like a decent country boy.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody I would date if, you know,
Yeah.
we ever met and I wasn't married or whatever. But like, he seems like a decent guy. So I was like, okay.
She was saying like she wanted to be in her. Maybe this was on Bunnies and not Call Her Daddy. I don't know. She went on both. But she said, like, she wanted to be in her soft girl era, and he just wasn't, like, a mate. Like, he wouldn't, like, take the trash out. Like, that's what she said. And I'm like...
You sure he would take the trash out?
Well, then she said something about, like, they asked, would you and Morgan ever get back together? Because everyone thinks that his song, Just in Case, is about her. Which I agree with that. And then, Just to See You Smile, that song, he has a picture with her from, like, a year or two ago. With their kid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I guarantee you, he's still holding a torch for her. Nothing. Yeah. Every person, no matter what happened, would probably want. Like, he knows he fucked up. I think that there was, like, a cheating... I don't know. He got famous. She was with him before he was big famous.
Yeah.
So he probably got the limelight and was like, okay, now I realize I was stupid. It's not all it cracked out to be. It's all temporary highs. Like, that's my thing on what I think. I mean, he's even said, like, hopefully this is the last time I can say I'm the problem. You know, like, he's really been working on himself, it seems like. So I wonder last night if it has something to do with being offended about religion, where he's from, way of life. I mean, something that... Yeah,
it's gotta be.
People from the South are passionate. We can say this, we are. If you make fun of us for something, fuck you. Like, we're passionate about our way of life. It cuts deep. It's more than, like, it's our way of life. So I get it. Like, if somebody... Or they said something about his mom, damn, don't ever do that to a Southern boy.
Yeah. Not when she's been worrying since 93.
Since 93, literally. Losing sleep since 93 over his bitch ass. If you know, you know. But yeah, so one thing we have to look forward to is a new Morgan Wallen album on May 26th. Not that I'm counting. We haven't had one in 2 years, so.
Yeah.
He's still up for so many fucking awards not releasing a new album. That's the thing. He is breaking records, getting awards out the wazoo without even releasing new music. That just shows how impactful he is.
Suck it, Zach Bryan.
Yeah, fuck you, Zach Bryan. Everybody else that's up for these awards has done albums in the past year, including Luke Combs. Okay, guys, like, I love Luke Combs. Yeah, he's not Morgan Wallen.
He's not an entertainer like Morgan is.
No, he's more. His songs are great. His songs are great, and I don't know if it's looks or not. I don't really care about that, but I definitely think Morgan Wallen's hotter than Luke Combs.
Yeah.
But Morgan Wallen has this, like, even my husband, he's not like a Morgan Wallen hater, but he's not like a super fan like me. He's like, yeah, I like his songs, like, they're relatable to our way of life, whatnot. But he's like, when he's on, he has this energy. He's like, Jesse's like, he has a good stage presence. He's a good entertainer. He jumps around like a crazy person. He just does a good job on stage.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like our generation or what, but you can compare everybody's performance style to two people. George Strait stands there with his guitar, sings great. Or Garth Brooks, who jumps around, interacts with the crowd. He's lively. He's full of energy and passion, and you can feel it like in the crowd. So there's these two performers, and everyone is either one or the other. There's no in between. Even Zach Top he tries to be a little Garth, but he is definitely a George. Like,
he's George. Riley Green's George. Parker McCollum, George. Cody Johnson, George.
Luke.
Yep. Luke Combs, George.
Luke Bryan. Garth.
Garth that needs to do some squats, because you shaking that booty around, you need to do some squats, my guy. I'm sorry.
He's fallen on stage so many times, it's sad.
No one has more fun at his concerts than him. I love it, though. I love the energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one should be brief, but, like, have you seen the videos about the bears in the entrance of Yellowstone?
I haven't.
Okay. Have you been to Yellowstone before?
No.
Okay.
We almost went instead of Moab last year.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I went as a child, so what I remember of it was, it's very rural. It's like you're in the middle of the country, but if you see cars pull over, because there's usually a critter. That's like what we were kids, and my mom would be, look for cars, look for critters. And so we, like, I mean, I've experienced Yellowstone, so I kind of can see how weird this is, okay? Apparently, I saw several videos on this. All the bears, I would assume bears would like fight with each other, like territorial, like they wouldn't be friendly. I've never seen a bunch of bears together, but I guess you see it in like Alaska on those videos and stuff. But like in Yellowstone, anytime I saw a bear, there was more than one. It was a mama with cubs. I never saw like 5 grizzlies together, or you never see that shit. There is hundreds of bears together at the entrance of Yellowstone, blocking the road, right on the side of the road. It's like they're telling people not to come in or something.
I wonder if they sense something, like a pending eruption.
Yellowstone is a volcano. I think we all know it's the biggest volcano in the world, right? And when it blows up, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Like, the United States is gone. Maybe even the whole world. I don't know how big, but I was always told Arkansas is gone if Yellowstone blows up, okay? But the bears, I trust animal instincts, okay? If my dog doesn't like someone, I don't like you. Animals have fantastic intuition. I trust them.
They have to, yeah.
They have to. That's like their main way of survival. So, I have goosebumps right now. It's giving me the creeps.
Yeah.
But you need to look up the videos. There's like, I'm not even kidding. They're like sitting in the middle of, and people are like, why is no one talking about this? This is insane. Why is this not all over the news? This doesn't happen. Yeah. Like, you never see this. So anyways, I just thought it was worth mentioning here. If we all die, Yellowstone erupted.
Bears called it.
The bears called it. We should have listened to the fucking bears. Okay. Now, let's shift to Egypt. What the fuck is going on in Egypt?
I've been saying this for years.
3 boom, boom, boom things. We could make an entire episode on
easily.
pyramid conspiracy theories. So we're going to keep this. Yeah, maybe we should.
A bonus episode.
Bonus episode. You have to pay for it. Okay, first and foremost, they got this new, I'm sure everyone's seen about this. This was a couple weeks ago. It's just that someone just went down there, is why it's coming back up. This sonar or some sort of technology underneath the pyramids. Everyone knows the pyramids are tombs, pretty much. The Egyptians were very serious about their afterlife, their tombs. You had to be buried with your gold. You had to be mummified a certain way or else you wouldn't get in.
Yeah.
Is their thought, okay? So, the pyramids of Giza, obviously the most popular pyramids there is, they are still uncovering things, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
But they did this sonar technology to look under. Okay, so apparently there's tons of columns that they think are some sort of granite, quartz, like valuable rock material, okay? Anyone who's ever put granite countertops in, shit's expensive, okay? I've done it a couple times.
And heavy as fuck.
And heavy as fuck. So they're thinking that these columns are granite quartz. They're trying to figure this out. It has like copper rings around it, which is like crackhead's dream. Sorry, I had to get my little jab in. If you are not from a crackhead territory, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. So I'll give you a little lesson. Crackheads like to steal copper because you can sell it, and they can sell it to buy drugs. So if you're missing an alternator or some random
converter.
car part or a catalytic converter or an old computer, they probably took the shit apart and sold the copper out of it.
To buy the crack.
True story, guys. This literally happens where we're from. Anyways, copper rings, which copper is like a conduit for electricity, right?
Energy, yeah.
Which obviously no electricity in ancient Egypt, so puzzling.
Or was there?
Or was there? We already know how advanced they were, honestly. While a lot of people think that it's aliens, we could get, like, we need to do an episode on this and do some, like, heavy research. But the theories I've seen are wild, and honestly, guys, I'm going to say this. I don't know what's true and what's not. I do know that there is a archaeologist, a modern-day Indiana Jones, if you will, that said, I'm going down there. They were going to send a drone or a robot or something. And the guy said, no, in case there's anything I need to figure out. Like, I feel like needs to be a live person. I'm willing to take the risks. His name's Remy or Remy, something like that. He's Egyptian. His whole life's work. Now, this is where I don't know what's true. It's miles down. It's miles, okay? So, I don't know. They were saying that he found like these pools with bodies. They're saying they found these water things he was drawn to. They found more tombs. If people are taking that he's going down or gone down and making up stories, I genuinely don't. So if anyone knows the truth, please tell us. But I've seen a lot of conflicting things. The one thing that everyone's kind of the same on is that there's like some sort of body of water or pool of water at the bottom. A lot of people think it's to preserve bodies because of the kind of rock that the posts are. I think I sent you this TikTok. We can link it probably. He did an experiment with the kind of rock that these columns are, and he put a banana by it, and then he put a banana not by it. The outsides look the same, but when you open them up, the banana was perfect based by these rocks. It's just basic like science stuff. This isn't like supernatural. It's just this rock preserves stuff. So the thought is these bodies are down there to be preserved, which we already know. They're very particular about their afterlife, their mummification process, all of that. So if that's the case, we could see the most well-preserved bodies from ancient Egypt we've ever seen, which I have goosebumps again, would be fucking crazy. If ancient Egypt doesn't like fascinate you, I don't know what's wrong with you, because it is the most interesting thing there is, in my opinion. Like, they are so unique, so passionate about things. Like, if The Mummy wasn't your favorite movie growing up and Brendan Fraser wasn't your first crush, get out of here, okay?
Yeah.
That's still one of my top 3 movies. I watch it like every month. Great fucking movie. Anyways, so that's number 1, Egypt. Anything you have to add, or you've seen anything different on that? No?
I don't think so, other than the alien theories.
Yeah, no, a lot of people think that it's actually aliens down there that either died or they're still living. Actually, a lot of people think that it's some sort of battery as well. Because we know the 3 pyramids line up to like stars perfectly, and they're like the exact same. It's like the precision of the pyramids for when they were built.
Like how are you moving 2-ton rocks up to stack them up to make these pyramids? How are you aligning them perfectly with stars? How are you doing something like these giant stone structures with the copper? How do you know? How how does it even work?
Yeah, I can't comprehend it. And then people who've been, obviously I haven't been to Egypt, bucket list, of course, but people who've been are like, you guys have no fucking idea. Like, the pictures make it look huge, but you go and those rocks aren't even as big as or like bigger than a person. And it's like unfathomable. So, you know what? Now I'm like, okay, I need to sell a kidney or stand on a corner to bankroll my trip to Egypt, because now I gotta go.
Yeah, so especially cool. If Yellowstone's about to erupt.
Maybe we'll be safe in the pyramid. Maybe that's what they're made for.
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, so we have 2 more things happening in Egypt this week. The first tomb since 1920s, King Tut, or Pharaoh, whatever. I've just heard the song by Steve Martin, King Tut, so I want to call him King Tut, but I think he's a pharaoh. Tutankhamun. Everyone knows who that is, okay? He's like the youngest, most famous pharaoh ever, probably. There has not been a tomb of a pharaoh discovered since then. They just found one. Yeah. Which is crazy. We're still finding shit. Yeah. God, what is under the sand in Egypt? Yeah. It's crazy. I'm so nerding out over this. But anyways, it was a lady pharaoh. Sorry, I say queen. I'm not 100% familiar with the terminology, so if I say something wrong, guys, I apologize. It was a lady pharaoh who her husband they found his tomb. But they found this body, but they didn't find the tomb because there was flooding, and they moved the body, the mummy. But this time they found what got flooded, and it's obvious it had been flooded. So I'm like, how did they know in advance it was going to flood and to move the body? Right. I'm just kidding. Literally. I don't know. It could be. I'm not saying that's a stupid theory. It's solid. It could be, or they're just trolling us, and they just are like running the simulation.
So many opportunities for questioning everything. But yeah, I saw that they moved several bodies because of tomb raiders, or like robbers, because, I mean, they're buried with all of their gold and treasure. And what better opportunity for somebody who's trying to make money the illegal way than to go rob the tomb of an ancient pharaoh?
Yeah, because they thought they had to take all this riches to the afterlife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is developing. I mean, I think this literally just happened this week. So,
Yeah.
if you guys want to keep hearing updates on it, we'll maybe get some more like legit research other than some TikToks. Let us know. I'm happy to. I would literally live for this. So, if you want to hear it, comment. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Then last Egypt news, they had this. Have you seen those underwater? Okay, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, they have underwater submarines. All submarines are underwater. I'm a dumbass, but it's for tourists to view the ocean. I'm sure you've seen them. You sit and you look out the window and you can like look for sharks and fish and like the reefs and all that. Well, this one like sank, which they're already sunk, so I'm guessing it like had a leak or hit something. And luckily they were very, very close to shore still, so they were able to rescue most of them. But the last death toll I found was 6 people died.
Yeah.
Which is like terrible because they just were out there having a good time trying to look under the ocean.
Yeah.
Submarines are scary. I mean, we could talk about the Titanic. That shit's scary, dude.
Yeah. Between that and then the millionaires, I guess they found recently remnants of the pod that exploded or imploded, I guess, because of the pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking wild. And we don't know what's down there. That's the thing.
We don't. I also saw a TikTok on this that the CIA, which we're going to talk about CIA next, had like stopped exploring the ocean. Well, we know Congress told us there's aliens in the ocean, and they won't give us pictures or nothing. We talked about this on prior pods. Guys, think we're crazy all you want. Look this shit up. Said that's fucking real, and no one's talking about it. That's what I'm like, why is this not headline news?
Every day.
That is how much shit us millennials have been through, that this is just a casual Sunday conversation. Honestly, our kids someday are going to be like, tell me about the good old days.
What good old days?
Buddy. Sit down. I had to walk up. Your grandparents had to walk to school uphill both ways. We fucking survived multiple pandemics, aliens, World War III, 2 recessions.
A stock market crash, a housing boom, a housing crash.
Better have a lot of time. We got a long list.
And they're going to think, like, I know listening to old people now, we think they're fucking crazy, but they're going to think we are just like clinical.
We probably all are.
Literally.
Remember, we could get into the whole COVID thing too. Maybe we need a tinfoil hat episode where we bring the wildest things we believe.
Oh. Or like 10 up, like a series. Just
yeah, like a mini series.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when COVID first was announced, okay? I was in the dental field. I was a regional manager of several dental offices. Trump got on the TV and said, do not go to your dental appointments. And we were watching it as an office, and I was like, where's my job? What's happening? There's no way this is fucking real life. I can't go to the Mexican restaurant and get chips and salsa. I can't go watch a fucking movie. I was like, this is a simulation. This is a joke. This is a nightmare. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's all gonna be better. 2 years later, I'm like, what the act? I still think back, I'm like, COVID isn't real. Like, it didn't happen. There's no way that was real.
It doesn't feel real even now. Like,
it doesn't.
Thinking back, like, even, 6 months into it, we went to Kansas City and it was just like a ghost town. And I'm like, are there people really still inside their houses terrified? Like, yes, it's a terrible thing. Yes, some people died. But I think a lot of those could have been prevented if they had just gotten proper medical care instead of shoved on a vent and hope for the best.
Yep. I had COVID 5 times. Literally 5 times.
I had it twice, yeah.
It's, by the 5th time, it was like a small allergy cold. The first time, I will say, I was 20 young. How old was I in 2020? The first time I had it was November 25? Of 2020.
24?
Yeah, 24, 25. So very young, no health conditions, no issues. A little overweight, probably. I was, 20 pounds heavier. Yeah, seriously. Everybody gained weight during COVID.
Yeah.
Literally. I was 20, 30 pounds heavier than I am now. But I would think I was fine, and then I would like start to clean and almost pass out. So like I will say, I'm not saying it's not real, and I didn't like it wasn't serious for elderly, immunocompromised, like all of those things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was it was just crazy. It's still, like I said, it doesn't even feel real.
Literally saw people driving around with masks on in their own vehicles yesterday.
Yeah, no, I literally saw that. I see that shit too. No one else in the car with them wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you like carbon dioxide?
That's like really bad for you. I will say, I like stopped wearing makeup during COVID. I'm not a daily makeup wearer by any means. But before COVID, I definitely was more frequent, at least to work. I mean, say I put foundation and all that. I stopped because obviously I work in the dental field. So that and respiratory therapist are the top two at-risk professions for COVID because it's transferred with saliva. Anyone who's got their teeth clean knows spit goes everywhere. Yeah. That's why you gotta wear a bib. But anyway, so even when I quit working in office, I'm still in the dental field, just not in office, but we were still wearing masks 2023 because it's such an at-risk profession. I quit wearing makeup because I was like breathing my own air and having this mask here. And then if I cough or get snotty, I was like breaking, and I do not have skin issues. We've talked about this. I would get one period pimple once a month. That's it. Like, period. And I was like breaking out right here and shit. And it was terrible. And so I just quit wearing makeup. And then I just kind of only do like when I'm going out and stuff now. And my skin's fine. But, I need lotion and stuff sometimes. But I'm like, I guess that's one good thing that came out of it. I don't feel like I have to put crap on my face every day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did that. Mm-hmm. And it's been better for everybody's skin.
Yes. Well, I'm getting that stuff that I sent you because I'm getting some like red spots and stuff. I think age, sun, I don't know. And I just wanted to put something on, and I've seen all these I'll report back, guys. I ordered it. It's called Typology. What was it? The tinted skin serum or something?
Yeah.
So it's like skincare, but it has a tint to it, so it covers like foundation. And I didn't know what shade I was, so they gave me like 30 or 40% off the second bottle. So I got 2, and if I have to mix or something, I can. But I was like, okay, this is actually really cool. So I'll report back. Okay. We're 35 minutes in. We still have a lot to talk about, too. I'm going to try to be brief and stop my tangents. I'm sorry. Okay, the CIA. Let's talk about the CIA. We've got some JFK and some other shit to talk about. You can apparently just go to CIA.gov and read documents. I didn't know that. I just found them Googling, but I guess it is from the CIA. They found the fucking Ark of the Covenant.
Or so they say, yeah.
People who were not raised with the Bible, I'll give you a brief backstory, or you can Google it. The Ark of the Covenant is a special golden box, can only be opened by certain people, and it holds the original tablets that God put the 10 Commandments on. Wasn't there... Okay, I haven't been to church in a while, so God, please don't disown me. Didn't people die trying to open it? Like, it cannot be opened. Literally, they built, like, a tiered place in... Was it Moses? Oh my God. Mom, if you're listening. My mom is so disappointed in me right now. She teaches Sunday school. It's the building. They built like a base. I'm going to call it a base because there's like gates and tiers that only certain levels in the church could get into the room with the Ark of the Covenant to protect it. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, the Ark of the Covenant is supposed to be the most coveted piece of treasure literally ever. Like the most sought after piece of treasure. My opinion, I think the Knights Templar had it. I'm a big Knights Templar fan. Honestly, they're cool as shit. I think it's underneath the Catholic Church in Rome.
Yeah.
I think they've had it this whole time. So, they're not going to tell people that, but the Catholic Church has a lot of shit down there. No hate on them, whatever. But the treasure and shit that they have is insane. Where would the Knights Templar take the most valuable piece of treasure ever created in the entire world? Fucking church. To the Pope. That's where they would take it.
Yeah.
Anyways, getting back to the CIA. Apparently the CIA, this is their taxpayer dollars hard at work, y'all. The CIA hired a clairvoyant person. This was back in like the 80s. When was, did you see this TikTok? Mm-mm. Actually, there's like a shit ton of TikToks on it right now. I watched one where they actually read the document from the website, so that's the one I'm getting this information from. They hired people, which apparently is common practice for the CIA. Mm-hmm. I am a conspiracy theorist. I believe that there are people who have gifts. I'm a Christian and religious. I could be better, obviously. I don't remember my Bible stories. And still believe things like that because I believe people are gifted. Just like there is Beethoven and all these people who are just naturally, I do believe that certain people are born with certain gifts. Mm-hmm. I do think people can, maybe not like That's So Raven see the future, but have gifts and are very intuitive and see auras and things like that. I believe in that. I think if you don't, you need to read some more crazy stories that are unexplainable.
100%.
But they hired someone who said, this is where it is. It's guarded by entities. What does that mean? What does entities mean? Angels? I don't know. I don't know.
Regular people of the Catholic Church. It could be.
Exactly. But they say it's in the Middle East because when they heard, the people were speaking Arabic. But to me, that doesn't necessarily... But they say they know where it's at. And they've just never gone after it. Apparently because of what this woman said, it like freaked them out. I don't know why they never went after it. That's my guess.
Because of the entities.
Because of the entities. If it's being guarded by entities, I'm thinking it has to be angels.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
What else would guard the most precious treasure on earth from God? Angels.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so that came out this week. I don't know if they just released that or if somebody just found it. I wonder the shit you could find on. We could probably make a podcast alone of just deep diving in the CIA website.
Oh, the things.
Okay. More from the CIA. This is actually from Congress, okay? The lady who spoke out a long time ago, she did like a press conference saying like we're reinvestigating the JFK shooting. All the documents got released. We talked about that last week. She came on some interview yesterday. I saw a TikTok of her on a TV on a news network saying she had an announcement for the American people and that they're still holding a hearing and investigating. There's a video. It's not new. It's new to everyone to know about. NBC has apparently had this tape since it happened of Lee Harvey Oswald being very, very near the president when he got shot. Therefore, he could not have been the shooter. We've all known we didn't think he was the shooter, and I think the nail in the coffin was the documents released saying that he was a terrible shot.
Yeah.
But pretty much just said he was the scapegoat. So who did it? I still think it's the CIA.
Yeah.
NSA has entered our podcast chat.
Who is this?
Who is this? Who's this random producer that just joined? But yeah, they've pretty much, guys, when I'm saying all this shit, I'm not making it up. This isn't fake. Like, this literally was the representative from Congress on the news making this announcement. I know it sounds fake. I know all this stuff sounds fake, but this is the world we're living in.
Yeah. Welcome to 2025.
Yeah, so the more shit that comes out, we'll tell you guys. Last bit of government, which we may get canceled because I'm gonna laugh about this. I've been laughing about it. You know what I'm about to say. The leaked government chats. I'm sorry. Somehow I find this hysterical. Do I think anything that was in there was wrong or incriminating or going to hurt any of their careers? No, I really don't. Mm-mm. They were talking. They were respectful of each other. They were disagreeing, talking through concerns. The thing that sent me, though, was when after they did it, the fist bump, the American flag, and the flame. I'm like, sorry.
This is grown men for you, though. This is the shit that they do and say and think their chat's not going to be leaked. So
who the fuck added a member of the press to a fucking non-secure group chat about blowing up Yemen? Okay, guys, this isn't just hey, we're going to take out the leader of ISIS. Hey, we're going to take out the leader of this. No, we're blowing up a country. Let's chat about it and add a fucking reporter. Who did that? For
somebody
weeks,
that probably got
in this
paid.
Chat. Yeah, I bet somebody was paid off. You're right. Somebody in there's a rat.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they're gonna weed it out. But I honestly, I will say that was funny. But like I said, I don't think anything in there was really incriminating. The thing they said that probably pissed off Europeans was that, which I think it actually makes us as a country look better. Yeah, we hate bailing Europe out, is what they said. But we have 5% of trade coming from them, and Europe has 40. So they considered that and took care of Europe. Like, I think that's being friendly. I don't know. Maybe but I read them and I'm like, I don't really think there's, like, it's funny. We're laughing about it. It's worth talking about. But I don't really think it's anything, like, super wild.
No.
They could have been inappropriate. They could have been anything, and they weren't.
Yeah. Like, I've seen stories of guys' chats being leaked, and they're much more offensive and disgusting and depraved. This one wasn't that bad. This was professional. Yeah, professional with a fist bump. Good job, guys. And how they talked about the soldiers who were doing it, they were, like, very respectful. Godspeed, pray for our men. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought that was cool. I'm like, that shows that they actually give a shit about the people they're sending out there. Like, they didn't have to say that either. So, like, anybody who reads this, no matter if you like these people or not, I think it didn't paint them in a bad light. Like, the fist bump is the only thing, but I think it's funny. I mean, it's no different than a pat on the butt after a good game. Like, it's the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, okay, our mission was a success. Good job, team. Yeah. Okay, couple more pieces of business, and then we're gonna get into this book 45 minutes into the podcast. So, Murr from Impractical Jokers. I am heartbroken because I love Impractical Jokers. Do you ever watch it? I haven't in forever, but I know what you're talking about. If I'm ever, like, in a bad mood and I just need to laugh, there is, like, I think it's Real TV or some random TV show that literally plays Impractical Jokers, like, every time I turn the TV on. I can find it somewhere. And if I ever just need a good laugh, that show's just so funny. It's so funny. And Murr's not my favorite by any means. My favorite is Joe, which Joe quit, which now maybe that's why. Yeah. It's come out that Murr from Impractical Jokers, one of them I actually saw all the screenshots and selfies together in, like, positions that weren't just, like, backstage. It looked like they were in a bed or in somebody's house. Like, it was pretty incriminating. 2 women have come out, like I said, I saw the screenshots and everything on one, saying that he groomed them. So, one of them, the one I saw the details on, is the only one I'll speak to, is she was 16. She was just a little fangirl. DM'd him saying, I'm such a big fan. He replied, she screenshotted all this shit. He replied and gave her backstage passes. Which, to me, first thought, I'm like, okay, that's actually really cool. Like, that's a really nice thing to do. He meets her, invites to the house, shots, saying some sort of relationship occurs from this, okay? She has texts, she has Instagram messages, she has photos, she has everything, okay? And then more people are starting to come out now, which, like, that usually does happen. As always. Now, are all of them legitimate? Absolutely not. Some of them are just attention getters. But the one I saw, pretty compelling. Now, this is alleged. No charges have been pressed yet. But, like I said, it's really hard to manufacture screenshots of this caliber, in my opinion, and the photos. She had blacked out her face and everything to protect her identity. At the time, she was definitely a minor. But also she said that they would very commonly see a lot of young girls with all the guys of the show. Now, Joe quit. So I don't know if he's involved in this or not. I've seen Joe be like a super duper family man, dog rescue. So maybe this was starting to get down this path and he got away from it. I don't know. The only name that has been 100% relationship with these underage girls is Murr. Like I said, all alleged. It could be completely made up, and the chat GPT could have made all those photos. I don't know. They looked pretty legit to me, but I think it's kind of hard to make that stuff up. Yeah. So that's developing. I just saw that today, actually, so hopefully it's not real, because I love them, but if it is, fuck you guys. Okay, last piece of business. We have a release date for Verity. So excited. It's so far away. So, May 15th, 2026, we have The Housemaid on Christmas 2025. So we'll have something
We don't have any more details on the Fourth Wing adaptation. There's tons of other adaptations. People we meet on vacation. I saw on the book talk page, people who are a part of the Netflix preview group have already gotten to see it. And they said it was amazing. I was like, how do we sign up for that? I love that book. Honestly, I think we've talked about this. I'm kind of turned into a Emily Henry stan. And I'm pretty sure this book is literally, it's right here, right behind me. So that is pretty soon. If Netflix people are previewing it, I would assume it's shortly. I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Vacation movie. It doesn't say.
Of course not.
Wait, it's on IMDb already though. 2025.
So maybe like a summer release. So like end of May, early June. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just for our sake. In relation to Verity, because Josh Hartnett is in it. As Jeremy. I watched a movie on Netflix 2 nights ago. It's called Trap with Josh Hartnett. And I don't know if it was the writing or his acting, but it was a very like B level movie because it just seemed very cheesy. It is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so maybe that's why, because you know a lot of his stuff like The Mist and what is it, The Fog or something.
Yeah.
They're just like odd. They don't really make a ton of sense. They're kind of cheesy. Maybe that's just his writing. I don't know. But it was very... So the premise of it is this guy takes his daughter to a concert and then realizes it's a trap for a serial killer.
Saw the preview. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And it's very just predictable.
Okay.
So I was like, not his best work. So hopefully Verity is written better. I'm really hoping it's just the writing, because I've seen Josh Hartnett do good work. He's a good actor. Not who I would have pictured for Jeremy, but not bad either.
We can overlook it because they killed it in the rest of the casting.
Oh yeah, easily.
Seriously, Anne Hathaway, I think we've talked about this. I can't say this enough. Thank you to all of you casting agents who have listened to Book Talk. Yes. Because the casting for the housemaid, I'm still shook by. Michelle Morone, Brendan Sklinner, Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried. Oh my god, this casting is... I hate Frida McFadden. Okay, I don't hate her.
She's an anti-stan.
Yeah. I've read The Inmate. Great book by her. Okay, I don't like the Housemaid franchise because I feel like it is a copycat. But cheap. I'm still gonna fucking watch it because this cast is top tier. I've read the book. I deserve to watch it. But, I mean, killed it. Casting. Gosh, killed it.
Yeah. I've been trying to read the rest of the series before the movie comes out, which obviously I have time. And it's never available on Everand or Libby. So it is highly sought after, the books are, but I need more of the story to feel invested.
Yeah.
Are we ready to get into the book?
Yeah, we might as well. I'm still over here trying to figure out when this comes out on Netflix. I'm sure you know.
Yeah. I think it'll be soon. If they say it's 2025, I'm sure it'll be like a summer. I mean, when else would you put a
People
show called
vacation?
Yeah.
I would think like May, June, July.
Yeah, surely.
Honestly though, I'm looking at the Netflix release schedule. And it's good. Anyways, okay, Loren, stop. You're getting out of hand. Spoiler alert! Sarah J Maas, Crown of Midnight, Assassin's Blade, and Throne of Glass. We're gonna probably spoil all three.
Yes.
So if you haven't read it, thanks for staying for the tea. Come back once you're caught up.
Yes.
Okay. You tell me. You have not been that interested thus far. Did this book change that for you?
A good bit, yeah. I'm still not like super invested, but I'm more intrigued for sure.
You're intrigued now.
Yes.
Okay, I'm invested. Okay, I just have to say it because I was right. I hate how good I am at predicting shit.
And you called it last week.
What?
And you called it last week. Yeah.
I did. This because shit doesn't surprise... The only thing that surprised me in this book... Again, spoilers, guys. You don't want this spoiled. The only thing that surprised me in this book was the fact that she knew.
Yeah.
I thought she's the princess and she doesn't know it.
Yeah.
The fact that she knew surprised me. And that she knew she was part Fae. I assumed she was something. They kept talking about the Fae. I'm like, she is and she doesn't know it. Again, I thought Arabin got her really young, didn't tell her, but he knew. And she doesn't know it. She's going to have some revelation. I honestly thought she was going to have like a meet-up throwdown with Arabin when she moved back.
Mm-hmm.
I expected to see that in this book. Do I think that's going to happen later? Probably. Yeah, no, I called the princess thing. I texted Tisha and she just replied back with like some sort of emoji because she was ahead of me. Like, bitch.
I was like,
but then when I finished it, I texted her, holy shit, in all capital letters. Great book, I thought. Yeah. This was the best one of the 3 so far. And again, I'm so glad everyone told us to read The Assassin's Blade first. Yes. Because it still helped so much in this book. Talking about the horse that she stole and all that. Having that color prior is very helpful in my opinion.
I don't understand how you would have had any clue if you didn't read it before. So, I don't know. I don't know. And maybe that's why she wrote it third, like, because it's chronologically written third or fourth even. Yeah. Maybe that's why she wrote it, because she got feedback from the first ones and they're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, she had all this stuff in her head, but we need more information.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think it was good that we followed the direction of the people on the internet. So, what were the biggest revelations for you in this book?
That Prince Dorian has magic.
Okay, yes, I did not expect that either. I forgot.
I love the door knocker though. He's got like a Boston accent and he's just a fucking smart ass. I love it.
Literally my spirit animal. I love him. Also, what did you think of her like choosing Kaol over Dorian? I think it was dumb.
I was surprised. But I feel like which knowing what we know now, I feel like
she was stupid.
Yeah. But I think she was trying to play the part of the assassin or the king's champion, whatever. So she felt like they were respectfully and morally even on the same level. So she was just trying to kind of stay in her ranks. And yeah, Dorian, I don't feel like he could have been as invested as Kaol was, so she just needed the attention.
Yeah, she needed to lose it. She needed her cherry popped. But also, I was like, if she would have stayed with Dorian, she genuinely loved him, I think, and he obviously still loves her. And then what if they got married, and then the truth came out later, the betrayal he would feel?
Yeah.
I wonder if Kaol's gonna tell Dorian. Because now, they're all keeping secrets from each other, and I think they all just need to sit the fuck down and let it all out. Because they're all on the same side. Dorian, Kaol, Selena, Aelin, Alantin, whatever her fucking... She has 10 names right now. Lillian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her Selena Sardathian, because that's what we started with, okay?
Yeah.
They all need to sit down and, like, spill the tea. They need to have, they need a yap session Chili's with triple dippers and marks, okay?
A debrief.
Debrief, battle brief, if you will. Also, we need another one of those.
Yes.
So, I think the part that's frustrating me right now is the amount of secrets they all have. I hate miscommunications. We've talked about this 1,000 times. They just need to fucking spill it.
Yeah. But also, I was shocked by, what is it? Nehemia?
Her brutal murder?
And how she had a plan. And, yeah. So they just
She could have spilled more tea before she died.
100%.
She knew a lot more.
Yeah.
She knew a lot more. Also, the fact that the king's ghost went and woke up Dorian to go save her tells me she should have told Dorian everything.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think she was wrong by telling Kaol instead of Dorian who she was. Or giving him the hints.
Yeah.
I don't know, Kaol's ultimately loyal to the king. I think we see his loyalty slide a little bit in this book just for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder how far that line goes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She told him that she's not actually killing people, which actually, what did you think of that? I was like, I loved it too. I'm like, that's the biggest fuck you ever.
Yes. Loved it.
She told him that, and he didn't. He could have had her killed.
Yeah, and I just an inkling of me was like, he's gonna betray her.
Yeah,
and he's gonna tell.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
and then it would have been her and Dorian. He did ultimately betray her, and I do ultimately think their relationship is done.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she's done with both of them. I think they're just going to be huge roles in whatever. I think the whole point of this book is her taking her kingdom back. It's called Throne of Glass, so I'm gonna assume she takes all of it back.
Yeah, I mean, the next book is called Heir of Fire, so
yeah.
She burns it all down.
Pop off, queen. Pop the fuck off. And okay, we've talked about this too. I usually don't like female main characters because I'm a straight woman and I'm attracted to a broody, mysterious shadow daddy that's morally gray and asks who did this to you. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
for her.
Yeah, she's badass.
Comparable to the other, big romantic-y women, I like Violet, which in Fourth Wing. I do not like Feyre in ACOTAR. And Bryce in Crescent City. I don't hate her, I don't love her.
Yeah.
So of all of the SJM fantasy women, she's my favorite. Yeah. By far. Feyre is just illiterate, whiny, and annoying. Rhysand deserves better. Anyways, so yeah, no, I thought this book was great. A great setup for a probably fast, furious, crazy next 5 books. And I'm looking at them behind me. The next one's like it's a little bit bigger, and then we start
just bigger and bigger and bigger.
Big poppies.
They just keep growing.
But honestly, with us doing audio, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal because I finished this one with very minimal time in like a day and a half while working and everything else. So I think it'll be all right because we're doing audio. If we were reading paper, a week would probably be rough. We'd be like, tell our husbands to fuck off.
Literally. And I'd have to stay up till like 2 a.m. every night reading 5 to 6 chapters.
Did that last night. That's not going to be a repeat performance for me. I need my beauty sleep.
That was me last weekend. I was binge watching shit.
Oh, I get that. I'm caught up on White Lotus now, which there's a new episode tonight. Very trendy right now. So I'll be up late watching White Lotus tonight. And 1923. Have you been keeping up with that?
Yeah.
I'm about to drive to get Spencer myself. Fuck.
Literally.
Dude. Fuck.
How many fucking roadblocks can you hit?
And Alex, if one more man fucks with her, I'm going back in time and fucking them up, okay?
Yeah.
Anyways, she's in Chicago, so hopefully she's closer now.
See.
Anyways, yeah, we'll see. So I'll have those 2 new eps tonight, and then I'll start the book. I'll probably start the book right after when I start doing laundry. Excited!
Yeah, I'll probably do that while I'm shaving dogs and bathing them before summer.
Been there, done that. Not jelly.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, right. Anything else you want to add?
No. Like I said, I didn't take a lot of notes.
There was a lot of big stuff, but I feel like the in-between wasn't like a lot. So the big stuff we talked about are like the main, what's-her-face getting murdered? What's her name? Nymeria?
Nehemia.
Nymeria is Arya Stark's direwolf in Game of Thrones. And then Dorian having magic, Selena's the Lost Princess.
Yeah. Aelin.
And part Fae.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, lots of big stuff. Very excited for the next book. Keep this train rolling.
Yes. So go follow our socials. Next week we'll be talking about Heir of Fire. And leave us a comment if we need to do a mini series on tinfoil hat and conspiracy theories. We've mentioned this several times on different topics, so we could do a deep dive and make it a good mini series. So if you want that, let us know. If you have any theories or if we're kind of on track for the rest of Throne of Glass, let us know, or don't. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Wait till we're done.
Yeah. But yeah, we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.